I am depressed. And I know some of you might be too. Or know someone who is, or was, or will be. Some sadness is normal, healthy even. It's the negative space that gives form and meaning to the composition. You can't have highs without knowing the lows. You can't have a mountain without a valley, or light without dark. Blah blah blah, etc., etc. But sad feels like the baseline now. The most disturbing part of all of this has been losing my sense of self. I always conceptualize myself as a happy person, optimistic, full of joy, stable. I did sometimes have my lows, but I could rely on the fact that I would bounce back. Because I always did. Even on the rainiest of days, where the cold and gray swallowed the sky, I always knew the sun would return. And there was a logic to it. Something external would happen to me, and in turn, I would get sad. A normal human response. Cause and effect. But for the past many months, it's felt like the laws of the universe have been upended. I regularly get pummeled by tsunamis of overwhelming despair. Out of the blue. No explanation. Sometimes the sadness is so intense it's painful. Like you're being forced to stare into the sun. Sometimes it's a despondent numbness, a shocking recognition of your own hollowness, like hearing for the first time what silence sounds like. Sometimes it's a paralyzing dread that weighs down your bones and grips at your lungs, a shivering in your soul that makes you retreat from life like a scared animal. I've been making some art lately to process everything. For me, the catharsis of creation helps to dispel some of the darkness. But I want to emphasize the fact that mental illness is not fueling my creativity. It inhibits it. I'm making art at a safe distance, during the lulls in my depression when I'm feeling okay. When I'm really in it, I can barely get myself to walk across the room, let alone pick up a paintbrush. The myth of the tortured artist is widespread, but dangerous. Mental illness is romanticized as part of the package deal with artistic genius, like suffering is a prerequisite for creating great work. Hardship can give texture and perspective to an artist's life, which they can then draw upon in their creative practice. But that doesn't mean it's necessary or desirable. As psychologist K. Redfield Jamison put it, no one is creative when severely depressed, psychotic, or dead. I'm creating in spite of the pain, not because of it. All I know is that I want to get better. I want it more than anything. But wanting isn't enough. Shit takes work. It's almost a cruel joke of the universe that when you're at rock bottom, when darkness all but smothers the light of hope, you have to find the strength to drag yourself out of the abyss. But I'm trying. I reached out to loved ones for emotional support. I cut down on classes and extracurriculars. I'm learning to be okay with doing less because I know I need the time and space to heal. I contacted my school's counseling services, and I've been doing research to find options for long-term treatment. During the first meeting I had with the school-provided psychologist, I gave her a little rundown of all the things going on. At the end, she said, "I don't feel the need to hospitalize you yet, but I am concerned." I was like, oh shit, this is real. Everything became so tangible. I was shaken out of my denial. I don't really have any grand conclusions, any words of wisdom. This isn't a retrospective reflection on my path. I'm still fumbling in the dark, trying my best to navigate. But I guess I just want to say that if you're struggling, I'm with you. I feel you. And I wish you luck on your journey toward getting better. Because you can. We can. People always say, everything will be okay in the end. There's no way to know that's true. Everything might go to shit. But I believe in it because it keeps me going. The philosopher Soren Kierkegaard's concept of the leap describes the choice to have faith despite a lack of rational justification, despite the chasm of uncertainty that confronts us. To trust that everything will be okay. This is my leap. Right now, it's a battle to simply go on. But I just take it one sunrise to sunset at a time. Every morning I wake up, make my bed, open my blinds to welcome the grayish light of dawn, and hope that I'm one day closer to being okay.